Hey folks, welcome back to the channel, Pop Retro. Reach down and click that subscribe button while you're here. We'd like to talk about a new Blu-ray release from Mill Creek Entertainment called Casual Sex. Actually, it's called Casual Sex because you can see there's the question mark there in the corner. Casual Sex from 1988. Stacy and Melissa are in search of the world's most endangered species, the perfect man. Ooh, boy, they got their work cut out for them. Now, this stars Lea Thompson and Victoria Jackson, and I'm not sure I'd ever seen this one before. Maybe I saw it on cable back in the day when I was younger. It's a romantic comedy, really, and it was not a success. It was it was a critical failure. Critics didn't like it. Also didn't make a ton of money at the box office, and what I found when watching it was that I actually had fun with it. It's very surreal. There's a couple of moments where I chuckled some just because it's got this cute sensibility to it, and I feel like it would have been different had it been released, say, 10 years later in 1998, post Pretty Woman, when rom-coms were all the rage, and this type of movie would have been more popular and maybe accepted. And it probably would have been a little bit different too, because of that. By that time they had found the formula that really worked. But nonetheless, this one kind of fits in with that genre a little bit. So essentially you have these two friends, Lea Thompson and Victoria Jackson, and they just struggle with their love life. And so they wind up visiting this retreat, and at this retreat there's just a ton of people, a ton of singles, and they randomly have to hook up with people. They have to hook up by through this random choice. They get to hook up with people to go on a date, and so they wind up meeting potential others, potential significant others, and really the film plays out as sort of just an episodic collection of vignettes almost. It's very vignette-y. And so, is that a word, vignette-y? And so, because of that, I think that's probably why critics didn't like it back in the day, because it does kind of have just this sort of sketch feel to it. There is some surrealness with the way it breaks the fourth wall. And in fact, that's how the movie starts, with both characters looking at the camera, talking to the audience, and telling you that this is our problem. This is what we're after. We're trying to find love, and we can't find it, and we're struggling with that. And so, one thing I found online is that a lot of people have an issue with, not an issue, but they think that the roles were mismatched, because Lea Thompson plays kind of the promiscuous friend, whereas Victoria Jackson plays the friend who is the shy, virginal one, and they felt that should have been reversed. But I thought when I think back, I mean, this is 2 years removed from, or 3 years removed, I guess, from Back to the Future, where Lea Thompson is all over trying to get the guy in that movie, and very aggressively so, and also 1 year or 2 years removed from Howard the Duck. Where she gets it on with a duck. So it's not like we haven't seen that before, but some people online, it seems, thinks that, she's the more innocent of the two. And I get it, it's all perception, but I thought it worked out fine the way the casting went with this. Also starring in the movie is, got my notes here, Stephen Shellen, Jerry Levine, Mary Gross, and of course, the legend, Andrew Dice Clay. Now, Clay winds up playing one of the main guys in this, and he's really sort of a romantic lead, and he winds up playing a guy named Vinny. And what's funny is he calls himself what else? The Vin Man. Hey, the Vin Man. So it's kind of funny. Clay he knows what his strengths are. He knows what the perception of his character is, no matter what, and he plays to those strengths. And so he knows what the audience wants, I think, when they see him on screen. So it's just, he winds up playing another version of himself, in a sense. But with that said, I thought, especially during the last third of the movie, he really comes through as a sympathetic, romantic lead, if you will. And so, yeah, I think it works. And the comedy is fairly offbeat, and I think a lot of people, want a laugh every 5 seconds with a comedy. But really, in my opinion, it's more of a romantic comedy where you're not really busting a gut all the way through, but there's laughs and light situations throughout the film. And so, Mill Creek has released this rated R feature from 1988, and as you can see, they put it in their vaunted and popular collectible VHS style packaging, which harkens back to the old VHS era. And you can see they put even the fake stickers on here. Like there's a sticker there, there's the rewind sticker, there's the restricted rated R sticker like you would find on your rental cases back in the day. Let's take it out, take a look at the regular art inside. Also, yeah, it's different art, and that's also what's welcome about these collections, these sets, is that you will find that if you don't like this VHS art, you can always just display this and toss this or give it to a friend, or put it up on eBay. I think there are people probably that maybe have the disc and don't have the slipcover because perhaps they bought it when the slipcovers had run out. And so there are other ways to get rid of these if you're a collector and help out other collectors. Quick look at the back of the case. There it is. You can pause that and freeze frame it if you want to take a better look. And looks like there are some different images on the backs of the cases. Now, this movie was also produced by Ivan Reitman, executive produced. He was an executive producer on Casual Sex, and I thought that was interesting. Ivan Reitman, of course, the director of Ghostbusters from 1984. And Victoria Jackson, it was interesting seeing her in a movie, and she was on Saturday Night Live, of course, from 1986 until 1992. And that was really the days when I was a kid. I turned 10 in 1986, and I was watching Saturday Night Live every Saturday night back around that time. And so she was probably right at the beginning of what I consider one of my favorite eras. It was when I was really getting into and understanding a lot of the comedy that was going on Saturday Night Live. And so Victoria Jackson, 86 to 92, and she did a lot of movies in that span. And really between 86 and 92, her time on Saturday Night Live was where she did her most popular work with film. She continued doing movies after 1992, but a lot of lesser known films, and just her popularity just kind of went down after that. She was never a huge star outside of SNL, and so really her work between 86 and 92, both on the small screen and on the big screen, it was her most popular stuff, Casual Sex included. Casual Sex. And so yeah, I would recommend checking it out, picking it up. Mill Creek Entertainment, of course, a budget label. So if you look this up to purchase online, you'll likely find it for anywhere between about $8 and $14. And so it's always an affordable way to pick up a movie from the 80s and add to your collection. So that's going to do it. And I would say check us out on the social media, Pop Retro 1 on Instagram and Twitter, and also facebook.com/popretro1, and our Patreon, if you'd like to contribute there, patreon.com/popretro. All right, I'll be back with another video soon, and I will see you then.